I just told Bill I don't have a watch, so I'm going to have to count on him to give me a signal when I'm getting near the end. Jeffrey has pointed out, Jeffrey's an articulate debater, and has pointed out that he views it, and his organization view it as a moneymaker for the city. Well, the fact is that it has been in the past, it has been linked to budget presentations. That probably was a tactical, strategic mistake. We've disassociated it. I supported it before. I continue to support it, even though it is not a budgetary or revenue-producing idea. Many cities, as Mr. Jeffries has pointed out, have used this program, and over time, and this is a sign of a success, over time, perhaps their fees have run up because they influence the behavior of drivers. The whole idea is to modify behavior. We have red lights now. Does anybody in this room oppose having red lights? Just red lights, not cameras, just red lights. I don't think so, because we all know that as members of society, we have to give up a certain degree of freedom. I'd like to drive to work every day and go through every light that I run across on my way to work, but I can't because some of them are red. And I know it's my responsibility as a responsible citizen to stop at that light until I get the green light. I think all of you would say the same thing. So would I come out against red lights, gentlemen? Would you come out? I don't think so. This is another device that will help us in our safety. The statistics are overwhelming. Mr. Jeffries gave some of them. All around the country, there are 33 nations that have nationally have red light cameras, and there's multiple cities, New York, California, a number in Ohio. Columbus has a very successful program that they've been operating for 3 or 4 years. I went out there a couple years back to observe it, to sit down with the police officers in charge, and there are police officers in charge, by the way. They do have to authorize the issuance of the citation. It's not done by a camera, or it's not done by a person who works for the vendor. It is done by a police officer. There is the right to appeal. All these safeguards are built in. So in my time, I lost my watch about 3 days ago, and the interesting thing is I've been in on time for every appointment since that time, and when I have my watch, I'm almost invariably late. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about this issue today, and I encourage you to vote no on the issue of red light cameras on the ballot. It's a drastic step, as far as I'm concerned, to take a piece of legislation, or what might be a piece of legislation, and to create a circumstance in the charter that would preclude this council or any future council, without another ballot change, from taking action on a red light camera. One particular function of the city, a home rule city, we have the right to set police and engineering, road engineering standards. That's our responsibility. Why would we vote to give that up? Now let's say that all of you here may be against the red light program. I would hope you're not, but we can talk about that in a little bit. The fact is that when this issue came up in council this past spring, the mayor himself is against the red light program, but he is very much against putting this issue on the ballot to change the charter. So while he was all set, the day of council voted on it to veto it, we cheated him out of his veto by turning it down. I voted for it. I believe in it. I think it's a great program. However, what I'm saying is, even though you may not believe that the red light camera is a good idea, do you really want to give up forever your right to have a red light program sometime in the future? And I don't think that's the intent of most citizens in Cincinnati.